In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the App Store to find apps for your iPad, and then how to actually download one to your device once you find one that you want. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find the app that's called App Store. Because I'm continually looking at apps, I use the App Store app all the time, so it's on my dock. Notice it's blue with a white A. I'm going to tap that. I have to have access to the internet in order to get to the App Store, so make sure that you have access to the internet. And then let's go through what we're looking at right now. We'll start at the top. If I were in the middle of something, I could cancel it. That's what the cancel button is for. If I have a specific app that I'm looking for or a description, I could actually tap inside the search button and type in either the name of the app or description of an app. But if I just want to browse, then here's where I can do that. If I want to narrow my categories, I can look just for books, business, education, entertainment, and so on and so forth. So you can narrow your categories that you're looking at by quite a bit. If you're looking for something that is newer, you can say within your last 7 days, 14 days, or 31 days. You can even look for apps that have ratings. So if you only want 5-star apps on your iPad, then you can set it that way. Maybe you only want to look at apps that are free. You can set that, free or paid. And then you might want to say, I just want to look for apps that are built for the iPad specifically. Or you can say all. Most iPhone apps will also work on the iPad, so that's not necessarily anything you have to, make sure you check. If you look below those categories or filters, if you will, you can see that there are segments, and this one is called iPad apps, and these are just giving you ideas of apps that you could install on your iPad. The next section is called iPhone apps, and then there are 3 buttons at the bottom of your screen. The first one shows you that you're logged in and your Apple ID. The second one is if you have a gift card or a free app card, you can redeem it. So you click on redeem and then put the code in that's on your gift card or on your redemption card. And then the third one is a support button. So if you had some questions or issues, you could tap on the support. Now we can look at apps in lots of different ways. For example, the featured apps is the screen that we're in right now. So what this is telling us is these are kind of the apps that are being highlighted for now. Genius lets you take an app and find any apps that are similar to or related to that specific app. So that's kind of a neat feature. I don't use this on the iPad. I do use it with my music. If I have an artist that I really enjoy, I will tap the Genius button and it will put a collection of music together that is similar. So I like that. Let's tap on the top charts, and on the left-hand side, you're going to see the top apps that cost money. On the right-hand side are the top apps that are free. And if you look through here, you can see that some of them don't have a button available for me to download. That's because I already have that app installed on my iPad. If you want to see more of a listing of something, you just tap on the words show more and the list will just grow for you. So let's just finish up the bottom of the screen here. If I wanted to narrow my search a little bit more, I could tap on the categories, and that would be the same thing as under the featured button when we had, let me just jump there real quick, when we had these filters across the top. Wait for it to load. Maybe. Well, if you remember, we had filters across the top that had category and if a rating by customers and if it was free or paid for and so on and so forth. Those categories in this section then are spelled out a little bit better. Okay? So books, education, finance, those are all the same as what was on that home screen, under the Featured button. Any app that I have already purchased, I can see it in the Purchase section. And then here's a cool thing I like about this app store is if any app has an update, it will show you right here in the Updates section. So if 1 or 2 apps have updates to them, then the number 1 or 2 would actually show right here where it says Updates. And I know then that I actually have some updates that I have to do. And all you have to do is tap on the update and click on the app that you want to update, and it will do that for you. It's pretty nice feature. So I'm going to jump back to the top charts. I'm going to find an app that I may or may not be interested in, and we'll install that app just so you can see how that works. So I'm going to grab number 12 in the list called MyPad, and this is an app that is available for people who are on Facebook. So it's just another interface app. I'm going to tap Install. I have to put in my password. And then once I put my password in, that app will download. And so you can see right now that it's starting the download process. And notice what it did. It kind of slid over to the second screen, and now it actually is just saying waiting right now, but it will in just a moment start installing onto my iPad. And then I can put it wherever I want it to go. For example, I have a folder on my iPad called Social, which is all of my social apps for Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and those kinds of things. So that's how we go to the App Store and pick out an app, and we'll let that download. And once it's done downloading, the app will appear with a little bit more detail. So there we go, we're done. So now I have the MyPad app that I've just downloaded from the App Store and put on my home screen.